I've always been a dog person. Ever since I was a kid, dogs have been a constant in my life, loyal companions, always ready to greet me with a wagging tail and a happy bark. There's a comfort in their presence, a sense of security that's hard to put into words. There's something about their loyalty, their warmth, that just makes you feel safe. They become part of the family, protectors and playmates all at once. I never imagined I'd ever feel anything but love and trust for a dog. But after what happened last fall, I can't look at dogs the same way. It's strange how quickly your feelings can change, how something so familiar can suddenly become a source of fear. It started when I moved into a quiet little neighborhood hoping for some peace and quiet. The street was lined with old trees, the kind of place where everyone knows each other and nothing bad ever seems to happen. Or so I thought. My neighbor, Mr. Hall, had this huge black dog named Shadow. He was a striking animal, muscular with a glossy coat and a presence that was impossible to ignore. People in the neighborhood gave him a wide berth, but I figured he was just misunderstood. He was always lurking in the yard, watching through the fence with these cold, glassy eyes. There was something unsettling about the way he stared, never blinking, never looking away, as if he was sizing you up. No wagging tail, no barking, just staring. It was like he was waiting for something or someone. The silence was almost worse than barking. It made you wonder what was going on in his head. One night I heard scratching at my back door. I looked outside, nothing. The yard was empty, but the sound had been so clear, so deliberate, it sent a chill down my spine. But the next morning, muddy paw prints led from the woods right up to my porch. They were too big to be from any stray cat or raccoon. It was as if something had been circling my house, watching, waiting for the right moment. I asked Mr. Hall if Shadow had gotten out, but he just laughed and said, "Shadow never leaves the yard." Things got weirder. He seemed so sure, almost amused by my concern, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. I started finding dead birds on my doorstep. At first I thought it was just a coincidence, maybe a cat or a hawk, but it kept happening, always in the same spot, always after a night when I'd heard strange noises outside. Once I swear I saw Shadow in the street, growling low and deep, his eyes reflecting the streetlights like mirrors. The sound was guttural, almost inhuman, and it echoed down the empty street. But every time I blinked, he was gone. It was like he could melt into the shadows, appearing and disappearing at will. I started to wonder if I was imagining things, if the stress of moving was getting to me. One stormy night, my power went out. The wind howled, rain lashed against the windows, and thunder shook the house. I felt more alone than ever, surrounded by darkness and the unknown. I lit a candle and tried to relax, but then I heard it. A sound that didn't belong, a heavy, deliberate breathing so close it felt like it was inside the room with me. Heavy breathing, right outside my window. The glass fogged up and I could see the outline of something large, unmoving, just beyond the thin barrier between us. I peeked through the blinds and there he was, Shadow, staring straight at me, teeth bared. His lips curled back in a silent snarl, and his eyes glowed with a strange, unnatural light. But his mouth wasn't just snarling, there was something dark dripping from his jaws. It looked almost like oil, thick and black, staining the fur around his mouth. I backed away, heart pounding. My mind raced with questions. Was I in danger? Was this even real? Every instinct screamed at me to run, but I was frozen in place. Then the scratching at the door came again, louder, more desperate. It sounded like claws raking the wood, trying to tear their way inside. I called Mr. Hall, but no answer. The phone just rang and rang, echoing in the empty house next door. I felt completely alone, cut off from help. The scratching turned into banging. The whole door shook with each impact and I could hear the wood splintering under the force. I braced a chair against the door, trembling. Suddenly, silence. I waited, barely breathing. Every second felt like an hour, the quiet more terrifying than the noise. The next morning the yard was empty. The world looked normal again, but I knew nothing was the same. The sense of safety I'd always felt was gone. Shadow was nowhere to be seen. His doghouse sat empty, the gate to the yard swinging open in the breeze. But Mr. Hall's front door was wide open, and muddy paw prints led inside. The trail disappeared into the darkness of the hallway, as if swallowed by the house itself. The police never found Mr. Hall, or Shadow. They searched the neighborhood for days, but it was as if they'd both vanished into thin air. People whispered about what might have happened, but no one had any answers. Sometimes late at night I hear scratching at my new place. It's faint, almost easy to ignore, but I know better now. I lie awake, listening, remembering those eyes in the dark. I don't open the door anymore. I don't care if it's just the wind or a stray animal or a neighbor stopping by. I can't take that chance, not after what happened, because sometimes man's best friend isn't a friend at all. Sometimes the thing you trust most is the thing you should fear. If you ever see a dog with eyes that look right through you, run. Don't look back. Some things, once they've turned, can never be trusted again.